So Newcastle versus Manchester United, the final whistle. I would suggest if you're a Manchester United fan, you're extremely disappointed. If you're a Manchester United fan that travelled all the way to Geordieland and watched it in that absolutely freezing cold, I would imagine you're much more than disappointed. That was extremely poor. What I will say is that as a 1-0 game, that I don't know how was only 1-0. I'd love to say it was our valiant defending that kept Newcastle out, but Newcastle, I would suggest, with that much possession, that deep in our half, and that many shots, you need to be burying teams. You should have been winning more than 1-0. That was a 3-0 game to you. That's what it probably should have been, and that would have been a fair reflection. We were extremely poor. I thought Shaw did reasonably well. I thought Maguire was brilliant. That's probably it. Kobe, first 20-30 minutes, wasn't at all bad. He looks an absolute superstar in the making. He just got overrun. It wasn't his fault. I mean, he got took off in the end. Wasn't his fault. The thing is, the front three were doing absolutely nothing. Garnacho started brightly, but his two partners, Rashford and Martial, did nothing. And I think that seeped into Garnacho. He was fighting a losing battle there up front. The front two did absolutely nothing. They never pressed, they never ran, they never worked, and they regularly lost the ball. Not that they had it much. That's Rashford and Martial. Very poor. As I said, when I knew we were starting with Old Iggy today, that's Martial, I was just gutted. I thought, oh no. I mean, I've got two questions for United. One's for the board and one's for Eric. Question number one for the board would be, how on earth is Martial still at the club? I don't get it. Maybe somebody out there can tell me. And the question for Eric would be, how on earth is Marcus Rashford starting games at this moment in time? Yeah, have him on the bench, bring him on, and maybe he may make an impact. The sitting on the bench may be a kick up the backside he needs, but he is not deserving of a place in that starting 11. You might be paying 350 grand a week. He might be our biggest paid player. He might have had a good season last season. This year has been absolutely in the toilet. It's been crap all year. He's done nothing. In how many games now, I don't know, but he's done nothing. I don't know how he started. But as I say, he started at the front. There was no press. There was no work rate. So everything's onto the midfield. They get past our midfield because there's not enough resistance there, and all of a sudden they're into our back four. You've got one centre-back playing centre-back who's a full-back, you've got one full-back playing on the wrong side, and you've got Wan-Bissaka, who you know I don't like, who was also shocking. He saved that definite goal late in the second half just before he went off when it hit his chest, but did anybody see where he was? He was in the left-back position. He was actually playing right-back. His wing was just completely open again. The ball came from his position. He wasn't there. Just the same way he wasn't there when they scored the goal. Really poor. How he's getting as well is beyond me. It really is. But just really poor. It's worrying. It's worrying because I don't know. There's players there that shouldn't be there. There's players there that definitely shouldn't be starting. Newcastle, best team by a country mile. Deserved it 100%. But as I say, how it was only 1-0, I don't know. I really don't know. But from a Manchester United point of view, because that's what I concentrate on, I'm a United fan, just another poor game. And it's another game when we've played one of the top teams in the league and come away with nothing. And it's showing our limitations at the moment. But as I say, it's the front three are the problem. We need to change things there. Even if it's bringing the kids in, we need to change things. We really do. Just disappointing. But Maguire, well done. I thought you had a great game considering. And for them, you had lots of great players. Yeah, he was really great. I mean, considering he's lost his partner, Sonny, you wouldn't think it. He played really well. But other than that, there's not much more to say. Just for Man United fans, it's just another disappointing night. And unfortunately, there's too many of them this season. There really is. Anyway, onwards and upwards.